Hey there guys, our assignment today is finding all real zeros using the rational zero theorem and synthetic division. Our polynomial is 2x4 plus 5x cubed plus, 2x fourth minus 5x cubed minus 12x squared minus x plus 4. And we're going to start off using the rational zero theorem, which is all factors of 4 over factors of 2. It's always going to be the last digit and over the first digit. Okay, and the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. And factors of 2 are 1 and 2. This comes out to be plus or minus 1, 1/2, 2, and 4. And this is just 1 over 1, and then 1 over 2, and then 2 over 1, and then 4 over 2, which is still 2. And 2 over 2, which is still 1, and then 1 over 2, or 4 over 2, and 4 over 1. Let me just alright, and next we have synthetic division, which is our next step in the problem. Synthetic division is we're gonna start up by choosing any of these factors we have here, positive or negative, and this is usually just a process of elimination, going through them. We'd start with 1 perhaps, and then go to -1, 1/2, and then -1/2. And if it turns out none of these are working, then you've probably done this part wrong. But for the sake of time and holding this camera up at this page, I'm just going to go with the factors that we have working. And luckily for me that was only -1, so we're saving a little bit of time here, not much. And synthetic division, as you may know, uses the coefficients from these numbers, these values. So we're going to have a 2, a -5, a -12, a -1, and a 4. Okay. And through the process of synthetic division, you bring down the first digit, and that would be a 2, and this is going to become a -2. And you add these values here for -7, and this is going to be a +7. This will be a 5. You're going to get -5, right? No. I'm sorry, this is a negative. -7, -5, -5, and this is a +5. You're going to get 4 here. Sorry about that. And then you're going to get -4. Just had a brain fart. That comes along with math, so you might have those on your own. So then, through synthetic division, we find that -1 is a factor, and -1 being a factor is x minus -1, or x plus 1. That's a full factor. And through synthetic division, we also have the quotient, I believe it's called, or the quotient, and that's going to be 2x cubed. You drop that down one multiplicity, minus 7x squared minus 5x plus 4. And that's going to be our dividend and quotient together right there, or divisor and quotient, I'm sorry. And through this we can't factor this out yet, and we're looking for all the real zeros, so we already have 1, which is -1, and we know that there's going to be at least 3 more, but we're going to have to check on that, or at least 1 more, or 2 more, or 3 more. I'm not entirely sure. That's why I'm not teaching math full time, I guess. But yes, let's go on to the next step. Next step here, we're going to keep using synthetic division, and we're going to go back to our factors that we got up here with the rational zero theorem. And so, for the sake of time again, I'm just going to go with -1, see if this works again. And I've already done this problem, and I found out that -1 does work again. So, let's give it a go. And we're going to use these coefficients right here, which are up here as well. 2, -7, -5, 4. So we got 2. And that multiplied is -2, so we have -9. We get a 9. And then these added are 4. We get -4. And no remainder again. This is the important part. You want that 0. That's how you know that you're going to get no remainder. And no remainder is good because then it gives you this nice problem right there. So this is going to drop down another multiplicity to 2x squared minus 7x, or 9x, minus 9x plus 4. Don't know where I got that 7 from, but yeah. And this means that x plus 1, this is the x plus 1 from the previous one, and we're just going to square that because now we have x minus 1 as another factor. And now we can factor this out, and this factors nicely to a 2x here and x here. And we need to get -9 by adding the values, and positive 4 by multiplying the values. And we're going to get that with a -1 and a -4, because a -4 multiplies over here to an 8x, -8x, and then a -1 here gives us a nice -9x, and we get our positive 4 as well. So here we have all of the necessary synthetic division and factoring completed. It's x plus 1 squared here. Oops. And I like what we're seeing. We've got the possibility to write down all of our zeros. So let's set these all equal to 0. 2x minus 1 equals 0. X minus 4 equals 0. And x plus 1 equals 0. We're not going to use the second x plus 1 because this is a multiplicity of 2 and the counts only as 1, 0. So this is going to be 2x equals 1, x equals 1/2, and that's our first 0. This is going to be x equals 4 for our second 0, and this is going to be x equals -1 for our third and final 0. And that completes our problem using synthetic division in the rational zero theorem. On this, we find we have 3 zeros, which fits under the degree of 4, so we don't have more than 4 zeros. And yeah, thanks for watching.